Hey, we're back. Fat Man Live, baby. Um, Sorry to all the sponsors that I had to take 2 months off. I ordinarily wouldn't have. I just you know, wasn't feeling my best. Okay. But we're back now with fucking hot chicks on again. And remember, it's only hot chicks on this show. Uh, the fatties and the uglies not welcome here. Okay. Um, but let's get some housekeeping done. Okay. Let's uh let's just go through the sponsors here. Danny and Renee Rocha, they were just on 15 minutes of lame. If you're in California and you need a quality ball python, these are the people to go to. Okay. I mean, really, they're fucking killing it. They're doing great out there, and they're a little bit hard to talk to, a little bit of a tough interview, but fucking other than that, they did pretty good on 15 minutes. My man Shane, fucking small town exotics. If you need a quality ball python or a leopard gecko, or I think he still has some hognose left. I don't fucking know. I mean, when I talk to Shane, we don't talk about this shit. But anyway, if you're in Tennessee, go to small town exotics. Shane fucking kills it. Actually, he just updated his husbandry pro page. Um, Anti morph market now apparently, but Shane's killing it with husbandry pro, and he's just doing better and better every fucking year. He's a 15 minutes of lame winner. He's actually the first winner back in 2020. So watch out for that contest that's starting up next month. TBM Reptiles. If you need a quality hognose, go to TBN Reptiles. Fucking Nick is awesome. I think his wife is still fucked up. Like her fucking legs are fucked up. Did they like rebuilt her legs or something? I mean, like, why couldn't they do that for me? But they're still she's still living out of state. So fucking go help out fucking Nick and pick up a quality hognose. Great family snakes. I mean, what else can you say about these people? I mean, they're probably some of the best people ever. They're doing Xanthic Pieds, Xanthic Desert Ghost. They're killing it. Great family snakes. If you need a quality ball python, Chimera. I mean, these guys are like my ride or dies. These guys have fucking actually been talking about wrapping up the new leg and having me walk around Tinley as like a giant Chimera advertisement. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Uh, if you need to know what you don't know, fucking go join Chimera's Patreon. They'll actually tell you how to do it. I mean, these are guys that have made millions of dollars off fucking ball pythons. So they're the people to listen to. And finally, my boy Shamir Bernard, Royal Black Balls. Him and Cassie just had another kid. So, they need you to buy shit, man. Fucking go to Royal Black Balls on Instagram and fucking tell Shamir the fat man sent you. All right. We'll just go through housekeeping. What I'll do is I think I'll only pick the hot chicks, okay? Shannon, fucking hot as fuck. Glad we got you here. Let's see who else is here. Shannon, the only hot one in the room. I see Adams here, but I'm not pulling up his fucking name because you know, he's a fucking 41-year-old fucking great looking pilot and he's single. So all the fucking he just fucking tripping on all the pussy throwing itself at him. Fucking Aurora Exotics, what's up, babe? How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Um, I think I'll just throw up Paul here because I don't know if everybody knows this, but Paul just got his ass kicked at fucking Tinley by Kevin from Sugar Skull. I would hope that this would be Courtney, but I know it's probably Steven because he got that hey friends, that fucking robot fucking voice where fucking Steven's just like, hello, friend. It's like fucking C3PO. Anyway, I hope that's Courtney. However, I did see the documentary this weekend that he put together, and I got a little preview of it. And that man, it just looks so much better than than I thought it would, and it looks so much better than the other python documentary out there too. I'll tell you that. Here we go, fucking Jen Kate, fucking gorgeous Jen Kate. Um, we got this lesbian here. It's I mean, what are you gonna do? I guess he could count as a woman. Uh, I'm gonna pull up fucking no this no I don't know if that's him. No, he's another Australian. Fuck. Nah, fuck. Now there's two of them. All right. What are you gonna do? All right. Mako, Benevolent, Dennis, fucking Paul, fucking Amanda. Boom, right there. Fucking Amanda's hot as fuck. Right. Sup, Chris Dad. That's you know what I like. All right. For Pete Snake, here's Courtney. Fucking there we go. Um, ruining her picture by having a baby in it. Fucking Jen. Fucking talk to Jen today. Fucking love her. She's gonna be on this show either the next episode or the episode after that. I don't remember right now. Um, anyway, you want to talk fucking hot? Let's talk fucking hot with the coffee Lily Nagatani. What's up, babe?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, well, I mean, it's what I do. All right. So you bring on the hot chicks, everybody else shows up. So um you had your first clutch this year.
So last year I had my first clutch. This is my second clutch that's still in the incubator. 55 day 55 was actually Tuesday, but I cut one of them and the yolk was still really much intact, so I just stopped. And so
Okay. But
they're
it's
not
day
ready.
55?
Yeah, well, at this point it's day 60 now.
Holy
But
shit. Yeah,
now
cut those fucking things. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to cut them tonight and see what's going on. But I'm gonna check the one that I did cut to see how the yolk is, because the yolk was almost all the way intact.
Yeah, but the yolk doesn't have to be all the way gone,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
true.
But what are you incubating at?
So it was at 88. So I just bumped it up to 89.
Right. Okay. All right. Man, I don't miss that at all. Right.
No, and then my daughter was like, I check on them all the time, and I'm like, "Mm."
Yeah. You're like, don't fucking touch them. All
I
right.
know. I was like, oh no.
And what's this pairing here?
It is my pewter girl with my blackhead Mojave male.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you plan on not selling any of them? You're just gonna
See, I
keep them
told
all?
you. I was like, we were talking about this earlier. Um, yeah, when I first started, I just got into it because they're pretty. And I said, I want the cheapest, prettiest snakes possible. So when I would talk to breeders, I'm like, that's what I would say. Hey, can you get me the cheapest, prettiest snakes?
Okay.
So that's what I have so far.
So you're Japanese, right? But
Half
you half, and then what's the other half?
Peruvian.
Peruvian. Okay. Well, you kind of got a little Jew in you too. Fucking, you want the cheapest, fucking, nicest
My
looking snake.
husband's Jewish.
Please
No,
tell
and
me
my
you're not.
mom is super duper cheap.
Oh my God. Please tell me you're
I'm
not
like, it's an
married to like a
immigrant
Greenberg.
thing. Huh?
Please tell me you're not married to like a Greenberg or a fucking Rosenbaum.
No, no, they're non-practicing Jews, and he's a Davis. I couldn't change my last name to Davis.
Yeah, that would kind of ruin it. Like
No.
Nagatani is fucking cool. It sounds like it's something out of Shogun. You
Dude, I
know,
love my last name.
yeah, it's badass. It's like you're secretly a ninja on
Dude,
your
I
off
told
time.
him, I was like, why don't you take my last name? I'm like, a white dude with Nagatani. I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah, but he can't do that because that wouldn't mean that all his friends would call him a pussy.
Yeah,
No,
he was like, no, no, that's not happening.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. So you produced cheap, good looking snakes.
Yeah, no, and even last clutch was the mother was a yellow belly, and I actually don't know who the father was because I put her with up to two different males, and all I produced was a normal and a yellow belly. So I have no idea. That one was 6 eggs, and three were viable.
Right.
So two went to one of my contractors when he was redoing our bathroom. and then the third went to one of my students. So I
Mm,
didn't even really sell any snakes last clutch.
right.
Who knows what's going to happen this clutch, but yeah, they're pretty cheap snakes.
Well,
They're
well, but
pretty, comma, cheap snakes.
r- right, but like I talk to people all the time that they're like, "Yeah, I produced, nothing great this year. It was just me, putting snakes together." And like, why? And I'm not picking on you. Why would you do that? Because that's basically like a death sentence for these cheap snakes these days.
I have to be like really thoughtful about it now because hearing all the ball pythons that are on North Market and all of that, I kind of am starting to feel the same. So
Mhm.
I'm just trying to be more thoughtful about my pairings next year. I was talking to my friend and letting him, like, telling him I need to get rid of a lot of my low end stuff
Right,
and just focus on more high end stuff. But being a kindergarten teacher, high end stuff is harder to attain.
right, right. I mean, but that's really all it is. I mean, you could probably sell all your snakes right now and just get out of this fucking thing and just keep a couple as pets, and then you'd be good to go. But
Yeah. Yeah.
what's
So
the
right
most?
now I have 20.
You have 20. Okay,
Mhm.
and what's the most expensive one you have right now?
Probably around six. So in ball pythons, around 600.
Okay, all right, and you keep other things too.
One super dwarf, and my daughter has two crested geckos and a leopard gecko.
So the super dwarf, that's a little bit, rambunctious of you, right? Like fucking, that's because how do you know it's a super dwarf, right? Like, I mean,
So that's what we're just hoping. she's she's 2 years old and she's still pretty small. So I'm pretty hopeful
right,
that she is. And I'm not really. I don't think I'm planning on breeding. I just like her as a pet.
right, okay, all right. So, are you more of a pet person, do you think, or do you plan on like I'm going to quit my teacher job in 3 years and
I
no?
wish, but that's not feasible. That's not realistic.
Yeah,
Um, no, and I like my job. I'm good at it. I've been doing it for 15 years. So I'm
well,
like, oh, good retirement's just 15 years away. So it's like I'm right in the middle. I can't quit, and it's too late for me to stop.
right, but 15 years is a long time,
It
you know.
is, but I'm like, is it?
Uh, yeah,
It's
I'll,
gone
prob-
by
I'll
quick.
probably be dead in 15 years. I mean, that's a long time away from.
I know
So,
I always, I'm like, I'm good at 60.
right,
And I'm like, ooh, that's only 20 years.
yeah. Yeah, I would say I'd be happy with 70, like,
Mhm.
because I wanna reach the age where somebody would legitimately calls me old, and I
Yeah,
also and they treat me like a dog, and I wanna be at an age where I get yelled at for wanting to help. I'll be like, "I'll
sweet
take
of
out
it.
the trash," right? And they're like, "Are you kidding me? You'll break
No.
your fucking back. Sit down," you know? But, like, I'll be happy getting to 70. But, I mean, let's be honest, I'm not gonna get to 70, so it doesn't matter,
Who
but
knows?
you'll probably get to 70, you know?
There's so much longevity. My grandma, she lived till she was 98.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's those Japanese fucking genetics,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
But
yeah, no, my Japanese grandma, she lived to be 101.
yeah, see, that's crazy. Like, did you see that chick in fucking from the Karate Kid 2? She was in Cobra Kai last season, and that
No.
chick looks like she's 40, all right? And that chick is like 75 right now.
Oh, geez,
Okay.
yeah. Asian
So
genes are just really, really good.
yeah, or they could be really bad, like because you ever see that wrinkled old fucking Japanese guy on top of the mountain when Yu-Gi-Oh is trying to get to the top of the mountain and he finally gets to the old guy. Um,
Yes.
so that's like one of the things that I found cool about you. And we had talked last year about you coming on one of the shows, but you hadn't had a clutch yet last year. So
That's right.
um and I remember being like fucking like Lily's just like one of the guys. Like fucking you could joke around with her like fucking I told Lil I told Lily something beforehand, where we were talking about female rat breeders, right? And I was like, whenever I see a female rat breeder, the first thing that comes into my fucking head is like, imagine how that chick's pussy smells, right? And Lily fucking laughed at it, right? So fucking you gotta love Lily. So let's see
My
here.
husband is super crass.
Is he
So
really?
I'm like,
Well, he's a
yeah,
plumber, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so he's gonna be that.
yeah, no. And we joke that I'm in a lesbian relationship and I'm the butch one.
Oh, if you're the
So I'm
butcher,
like,
fucking yeah, I'd love to see that. Well, we got a lesbian in the room now, fucking with Luke. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? How are you? Um, I'm doing this myself tonight. I don't have a Holly. Holly is mad at me. So fucking
what did
Holly,
you do to Holly?
I didn't do that. I made some jokes, I think. Fucking think she got mad at some jokes, right? So what are you gonna do? All right. It's just nothing that can be done. I tried everything. Right. So I tried everything to fix it. Actually, no, I didn't. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, look at that lesbian right there. Um, and
Hey,
he
Luke.
makes the leg joke. Like fucking the leg is like the easy joke to go to now. It's like the low hanging fruit, and the people that I know can't think make leg jokes right away. So, but that's okay. It's pretty funny. Um,
Yeah, it'll happen. But I'm like, yeah, that is low hanging fruit.
yeah, it's just yeah, it's like fucking making a fat joke. You're like, well, right?
Yeah, growing up, kids used to be like lily pad, and I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
I
That's what
was
you
with
came up with?
my mother at like we went out to dinner a couple of months ago, and I was like, yeah, this black chick said this, and that, and my mother was like, shh, the waitress is black, and I'm like, Ma, the waitress is 40 years old. I'm pretty sure she knows she's black then.
Yeah.
Like fucking, like I'm not revealing much. Okay.
Yeah, I
Um.
know, that's so funny when people are like, "You can't say black," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm pretty sure you can."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You can't say a lot of words anymore. Like fucking retarded. You can't say retarded.
I know, and that used to be one of my favorite words, and I'm
It
a
used to be the
teacher, like,
go-to, right?
I double can't say it.
Yeah. Fucking hey, you can't even say it talking about it now.
No, I can't even whisper it, like
We lost midget, and I never thought that we'd lose midget. Like fucking midget is like so descriptive, It's like exactly what you're talking about when you're like, hey, that fucking midget over there. Now I gotta be like that guy over there with the arms, you know.
yeah.
Um, it's
The
just yeah,
smaller person, the kid. No, 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 not the kid,
yeah,
the small
yeah.
hands, like
Yeah, the 3-foot guy with the T-Rex arms, like fucking this, Um, so yeah, so all right, so you got some other shit besides ball pythons. What made you think like, fuck, this could quite possibly be a money-making endeavor if I tried to do it?
all the YouTube videos, Brian's videos, AP, MJ's videos, like everybody's videos. I was like, wow, like they're so beautiful. There's such a range of genetics that you can hit. So for me, it was the fun and the activity involved with it. I was like, that's going to be so much fun. And it was COVID. So I was like, I'm bored. I want
You need
something to
something to do.
do. I wanted a project to work with my kids. And I thought it'd be amazing to go through that whole life cycle because at heart, I'm really just a nerd too. I love science and I love like doing any of that kind of stuff.
Right, but you
So,
can say that because you're a teacher, right? Like fucking there's so many hot girls in this hobby that are like, I just got into this because I really love genetics. I really, I just, love to see what I can do. And I love, getting down to the genetic basics of the fucking animal. And I'm like, relax, you're a fucking cashier. Okay. So fucking, tell me more about how you're so into genetics and you're so into science. Okay, you fucking degenerate. So now,
yeah, I'm like, I went to pre-med for 2 years, but I'm like, those who don't do teach. So then I became a teacher.
yeah, I was gonna
Party was
say
too
that
important.
that was when your parents still had hope for you. You know,
Right, they did. They
I'm gonna
thought that
go
like
from
the Asian in her will do something.
right, right. Like you must fucking kill at math, right?
I love
You're
math.
probably so good at math. Yeah, like
No, and my kids hate math, and I don't understand, like, at
well,
all. I'm just like, "How come you don't get it?" And it's so hard for me that they and my Asian friends are like, "How come how come they're not good at math? Like, you didn't give them that gene?" And I'm like, "I didn't give them
yeah.
the gene."
And instead they got to complain about everything Jew gene. You know,
Yes.
that's like that's really they're like,
They're
"Ma,
like, "This is hard."
yeah, no, that's what they do. They complain. So so now so you got 20 snakes now.
Yeah.
How many of them are mature enough to actually do something this year?
4 of my females are mature enough. I've raised all of them up from babies
Okay.
because I started collecting in 2020.
Okay. Are they I'm just gonna ask, are they worth breeding? No. Okay.
No.
So
No, no, and I did pair them up this season, but honestly, I paired them up twice, and one is a pastel, the other one is the yellow belly that gave me the clutch last year,
Jesus
so
Christ. Okay, right.
the pewter and a special.
Okay. Well, the special might be a way of getting some money. Uh, I mean, maybe. I mean,
Like 50 bucks, $100.
yeah, well, I mean, it's more than 15, right? Like you
Yeah.
were telling me the story where a local pet shop offered you like 10
Yeah,
or
they were like 10 to 15, I think max like 20 if it's something really extraordinary.
and how defeated did you
Merch
feel when
or
you
credit.
like how defeated did you feel when she told you that number?
Oh my gosh, like, in your head when you're like, "I'm gonna sell ball pythons, like, normals at least 50 bucks," and then you're like, "Oh, a fifth of what I thought."
Yeah, normally you used to get a quarter, but
Oh,
now
yeah,
I guess the wholesale people are just like, listen, if you don't sell it to me, you're not going to sell it at all.
that's pretty much the vibe, even some of my I was trying to get rid of some of my single gene male snakes that I have,
Oh,
posting them on Craigslist and stuff for, a yellow belly male for 50 bucks, and I put my, banana male for 150.
mhm,
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah, 150 for a banana. Like you out
He
of your
was beautiful though, and he
oh,
was my
stop.
first
Yeah,
pretty snake.
yeah, you have an emotional attachment.
I totally did. I
Yeah,
didn't want to get rid of him, but I was like, I need to stop having these emotional attachments to these animals. I'm like, they don't have an emotional attachment to me.
they sure as fuck don't, and they're basically like the retards of snakes, right? Like when you look at you're a tick and you could see that it's thinking like
Yeah.
behind the eyes, it's thinking.
Oh yeah, the pupils change shape. Like you could see that the intake of everything that's happening, the
Right.
process is so different.
When you look at a ball python, it's just
They're
like
a poop
you
emoji.
know, like yeah, they're like fucking they're happy little like uh ugh, I don't want to. I was gonna say Down syndrome kids, but um, Luke actually had a term, and he calls them Downies instead, right? And for so, I just think that Downies is so much worse than Down syndrome. Like, I would
It
rather.
does sound worse.
Yeah, it sounds so bad, right? Like, it's just, but they don't care down there. And well, that's
I
really
do
what.
like that they use cunt a lot.
Yeah, yeah, they use cunt all the
I
time,
really
but
do like
cunt is good.
we need to start bringing it here.
Yeah, but you know the problem is the under 30 white women. That's the problem. All right.
Yeah.
So it's you know, like you
I
get under
remember
30
being a
white
kid and being like, "See you next Tuesday." Like,
women. Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right. I watched you know that comedian Bert Kreischer?
yes,
He uh he
I
went to
love
a coffee
comedy.
shop, right? He went to a coffee shop and there was a black guy behind the counter. And he's like, give me a regular coffee. And the black guy goes, do you want cream with that? And Bert Kreischer goes, no, I wanted to grow up without a dad. Right. So fucking and the kid laughed hysterically at it, right? but a fucking under 30 white woman yelled at him about it. Like she got offended for him.
Right, that was just so stupid.
It's just the fucking pussy mentality. Like
And
fucking
you're like, if you know Bert Kreischer, like, that's his comedy.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. People show up now, but like with me, like fucking people show up and we're trying to make you laugh, and you're gonna be grumpy throughout the whole fucking thing. Like, go fuck yourself. Like don't be a cunt. Um,
Yeah.
it's what are you gonna do, right? Like I can't even complain anymore. I can't even complain because the reptile people have been so good to me during this fucking missing leg thing that now
Good.
I feel
But
like
you deserve it, dude.
yeah, but I feel like a dickhead calling them cunts now. But you know what I realized is that there's still a lot of cunts in this fucking
In
whole
the world.
yeah, there's
Yeah, in the world.
yeah, and it's not just reptile people, of course, but it's it just seems like there's more of them because I'm in the community, right? So so that's what you look at, but but the reality is if you pick 10 random people off the street, would you have enough in common with them to be friends with them? Like even if you have one thing in common, that really doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah, no, like, making friends as an adult is so weird and hard, and
Yeah, because you feel like you feel gay. You feel like
yeah, it's
you just be like,
just like, "Hey, do you wanna be my friend?" Like,
out with me. You want to hang out and eat spaghetti together? Like, get the fuck out of here. It's just the worst. Like, I'd
right.
rather be alone in my fucking place and just than try and make friends at fucking 50. And I'm gonna ask you this only because you look young enough to not be offended by the question. But how old are you?
40.
You're 40. Okay.
Mhm.
So um yeah, so your days of friend making are over.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Yeah.
done, they're done. I make friends at work, and I've been making friends in the reptile community.
Yeah,
So
but they're the
I love it.
worst. I mean, they're the fucking worst. It's like, I mean, what are you gonna make friends with more low end ball python breeders? Like, it's just like because you're probably more the rule and not the exception, where you're not producing like high dollar animals, right?
Right,
The
right.
problem is that everybody thinks that they're producing high dollar animals,
Oh,
and
no, I'm very much aware of what I have.
well, but so now, so be serious. Like, is it worth the time now?
There's days that I'm like, not worth it, but ultimately, like, I do love them all. I really like interact like, and I am one of the people that I'll pull a snake out almost daily and hold a snake and play with it.
I bet your husband's real pissed off about that. He's like, "I got one right here you could pull out and fucking play with."
You
And
don't know how many times I've heard that.
yeah, he's like, "And I got nothing out of you. I got nothing." Well, fucking I would imagine being married to Lily would be like having a Porsche in the garage, but the Porsche doesn't enjoy being ridden because she works so much, you know? She works so
Yes.
much during the day that it's just like, "Get off me," you know?
Oh, I love him so much, and he is so needy, but it works. It
It
works.
do you think it works because you're so not needy and he's needy?
Probably.
Mm.
Probably. I think there always has to be that balance. But yeah, we've been married for almost 18 years now.
Oh my god. That's such a long time to be with one
Such a
person,
long time.
right? Fucking that's just nuts. That's fucking crazy talk.
It is
Uh,
crazy.
and you only had 2 kids?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah. No, he got snipped. So people always ask me, they're like, "Are you gonna have another one?" And I'm like, "Ooh, if I get pregnant, like I'm also getting a divorce. Like
yeah, yeah.
there's gonna be big problems."
Yeah, you can't be having, like, a whole
Oh, I
Minimoku
can't
clan.
even imagine
Yeah,
having a baby at my age. Like, oh,
yeah,
especially with I have a almost a 17-year-old and 11-year-old. Oh, I can't imagine like having a baby too.
the 17-year-old has to be a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah, ugh, teenagers are the worst.
Yeah, because fucking
Teenagers are the worst.
yeah, you just gotta keep them off the chicks, that's all. Fucking don't bring
Oh,
anybody home pregnant.
yeah, no, I'm not ready to be a grandma ever.
Yeah, there's no way that could happen. That would not be cool.
No,
Um,
my brother's already a grandpa.
oh, that's so
And I'm
gross.
like, nope.
Well, the Puerto Ricans are grandmas at like 22. So fucking I would at 40, you're doing fine.
My
Right.
girlfriend became a grandma, I think, at 37.
Right. Yeah. That's
I
just
mean,
like,
it's California. Well, I guess it happens everywhere.
yeah, it pretty much it happens in the Midwest a lot more than you think. Like you have fucking 24-year-old grandparents, you're just like, ooh, I don't know if I would have started that young, like
No.
that may be a thing. Um,
In college, we used to party with one of our friends' moms. He was 19 and she was 31.
oh,
Yeah, and like looking back, I'm like, oh, that is grimy. We should not, that was not a good situation.
yeah, in California though, I was 26 and I dated a 42-year-old for like 9 years, right? Like
Oh,
fucking
wow.
uh, but I'll tell you, a 42-year-old doesn't fuck around. Like fucking when you're 26 and she sees you doing something stupid,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
she's like, dude, I'm not your fucking mother, all right? Fucking grow up and fucking do this the right way. So
You learned a lot.
you learn a lot. Yeah, you definitely I learned a lot in those 9 years, all right? Um, but now you've been married for 18 years,
Hmm.
okay, and just two kids. No
Yep.
plans on another one, right? And do you think that are the kids into the animals at all or no?
My daughter is, my son used to be, but he's almost 17, so he does not really care about animal pets right now.
Yeah, yeah, the pussy on the mind, right? Fucking,
Oh.
that's
Blech,
all that's on the mind, right?
blech.
But speaking of your daughter, you did something pretty fucked up. You breed rats, but you just put those rats in her room, and you just
I did for a while. For a while, we had, I think we had 3 or 4 different litters, and they were all in her room.
oh, that room must have
So
just
yeah, at
smelled
one, and
ammonia,
we had the Critter Nation, like the 3-level cage.
right?
But at one point, there were probably like close to 50 rats in there.
Oh, that's just gross.
It was pretty gross.
That's fucking so gross.
It was
But
really,
but now you have a rat guy, right?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, the rat. I mean, even if you pay a little bit more, it's okay.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. No, and he's super reliable.
Right.
He always has the supply.
Right.
And
Plus,
it's funny, we meet at the McDonald's parking lot.
oh yeah, like a legitimate business would. Yeah. Okay. And I see hubby back there. Is he into the snakes and all that?
He tolerates it, but he's not into it, which is weird because he used to like capture snakes in his backyard and stuff and like bring them home.
Right. This is good, Tammy. Good for you. Shut that shit down.
Yeah.
That's that's just fucking not cool, man. I can't even imagine like at 50 having a fucking kid, you know? Uh,
No, I just, oh, there's so much work.
yeah.
There's so
Well,
much work.
and
They're
when you
little
ask people
terrified.
like when was the happiest time of your life, they always say like either before my kids were born or after my kids left the house. And there's a whole 20 years in between that you're like, you must have just been a miserable fuck,
Yeah,
you know,
you're just
the entire time.
crazy and can't. Oh, there's times that I'm like, my irritation level goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
Right. Well, and you being a teacher,
Oh, yeah.
you probably come home aggravated every day.
Oh, 100%. So we just went to the pumpkin patch and I had a student cry for the whole 20 minutes because her shoes were dirty. And I'm like, yep, we're at the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, but that's a California kid, like fucking a California kid with probably helicopter parents that are just like,
Wore white shoes too. I was like,
yeah, idiot,
great.
right? So, you can't really call the kids morons or retards, right? Because fucking,
No,
I mean,
no,
I
I
mean, not
can't.
retards, definitely, but not morons either, right?
Nope, I'm always just like, hey, buddy. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend, you pull a Stephen Caps, right? You're like a robot.
We do. I know when you were talking shit, I was like, oh, no, that's what we do at school.
Uh, and do you enjoy the job or no?
There's a lot of days that I do enjoy it. I feel like every year it gets a little bit harder, and I've been in it for 15.
Right.
So,
But we were
but
talking
I do enjoy seeing like so much growth. And that's one of the reasons I went to kinder, because kinder, you get kids that know nothing. And then by the end of the year, like they're reading, and you're just like, I did that.
yeah, but are they really reading? You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
some of them really are.
I don't know, man. Fucking I don't know. I think encouraging kids is just the worst thing in the world. Like that's just like the dumbest thing that could happen because I've had kids show me like a picture of a school bus that they drew and it has like five wheels and hair on it. You know, I see other parents like, oh, this is so good. He drew this school bus. I'm like, is it really good though? I mean, fucking it draws women with fucking three legs and fucking four boobs and fucking it just I mean,
Oh yeah, no, the drawings that I get are pretty interesting. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the writing, the sentences that I get. Like, I think I got a sentence that was the pen is blue. There are no, this was a meme. It's like the pen is blue, but it says the penis blue.
the penis blue. Yeah, fucking. It's like
And they're just
Sean
like,
Connery on
"Ee."
Jeopardy. Yeah, like fuck. He's like, I'll take the rapist for 400, and it's therapist, right? Like fucking. So yeah, there's fucking children, man. I mean, they're really just the fucking worst. Um,
Yeah, no.
I just don't like them.
I tell my son, I'm like, I know why mothers in nature sometimes eat their young.
Oh yeah, please. When I used to smoke, and this was like 25 years ago, I had the cigarette down at my side, and some fucking stupid kid ran right into it, right?
Ooh,
Ran like put his eye right into the fucking cigarette.
ooh.
And you would have thought that made me quit. I laughed so hard, like fucking it was, and I was just like, ah, stupid. Now, now you know not to fucking run in a fucking house, you fucking degenerate.
Yeah.
So they're really just the worst. And I'm tired of all this fucking, the children. The children are what matters. Fucking the children. Fuck the children. I mean, they're just fucking, I mean, idiots. We're just making more and more pussy children. I mean, because you
Children are so soft. I call it the snowflake generation because I'm
yeah,
like they melt at anything makes them melt.
yeah, anything makes them cry like a
They're
bitch.
soft.
Yeah. They're like, I like yellow, and you're like, I don't like yellow, and they fucking cry. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like fucking just
My daughter was like, "Mom, I want a boo basket," and I was like, "What's a boo basket?" And she's like, "It's a Halloween basket full of Halloween treats that you give to your kids." And I was like, "For what?"
yeah,
And she's like, "For Halloween." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're not doing that."
yeah. How about you clean the kitchen and I'll get you your gay little boo basket, all right? Like
Like,
fucking just
yeah,
do something. Are
yeah, we're
are
not doing
you strict as far as parenting goes? Like are you
I think
like
I'm like borderline. My son swears that I'm the strictest parent on earth, but I'm like, I'm not that strict. I want to meet the parents if they go to somebody's house, just to make sure I'm not leaving them with a complete degenerate.
yeah, but
Um,
really, I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, he's almost 17. He's fucking got a
I
fence
know that's what he
himself.
says. He's just like, that's so embarrassing. And then he just won't go. But
That's actually a guaranteed way to keep him home, like fucking be like, I want to meet, Joey's parents. Fuck that.
right, I'm like, if you're gonna go to a party, I'm like, are parents gonna be there? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, can I meet them? He's like, no. And I'm
Ugh.
like,
Oh. What has been some of the things that your kids have done that you've absolutely just were ready to lose it and your husband had to hold you back?
oh, well, my son did get escorted back. Some of his friends stole a golf cart, and he just was on a right along for the joyride.
So your son
That was
stole a golf cart, basically. Right? He was part of that group that stole the golf cart. Okay.
yeah, no, and they're joyriding on the street. I'm like, you guys are idiots. I'm like, we live in an HOA.
Right.
You don't think that they're gonna call like four boys joyriding in a golf cart on the streets?
Yeah. Well,
We
yeah. You
no
gotta be
comment.
like,
I got in trouble when I was a kid, but no one knew. My parents did not know.
"Mm,
Kids these days like cannot hide anything, which I guess is good.
yeah,
But I'm
but
like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to know.
but that's the thing though. When we were kids, everything wasn't on the internet. Like anything we did is just a rumor, right? Like fucking
Right.
like now these fucking dumbass kids fucking post everything, that they
Oh
do.
yeah, no, and
Like,
I track their GPS on some. I know where they're at all
mm.
times.
Now,
I I can't imagine my parents having that kind of authority over her.
yeah, fucking A.
Ooh, that
Well,
would have been
and
awful.
here's my question, and it's gonna sound a little racist, okay? But do any of your kids know like kung fu or anything like that? Like, did you make them start training at like 3 years old? Like, fucking
No, well, so Daniel did. He did mixed martial arts when he was little, but didn't really retain much of it. But now he's doing jujitsu and
okay, all right.
loves it. That's like one of the only positive things that he's doing.
Do you know jujitsu?
No,
Oh, come
no,
on.
but
I know you know something.
he keeps,
Mm,
so I'm pretty good at just wrestling. No, now just like I'm like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty strong.
oh, okay.
And so like my son will try to do stuff like try to put me into submissions, and so we mess around.
And you just whip the kid's ass because like being a ninja comes natural to you, and you just
Pretty much.
instinctual,
Pretty much, but now he's getting so much bigger than me, and he's definitely stronger than me now.
Right, right,
So there's been times that, and I won't tap out. So like he's twisted my arm where I'm like, dude, my shoulder hurts for like a week.
right. Yeah,
But
well,
I can't admit it
that's because you're 40.
because
Okay,
I'm 40.
that's why your shoulder would be hurting anyway. Okay, so
Right.
regardless of what the kid did, and they have no interest in helping mom with the animals or anything.
No, I have to pay my son to help me with the animals. My daughter, Akira, she'll help me every now and then
Your daughter's
without
name is
having to pay.
Kira.
Yeah,
That's fucking badass. Okay, all right. What's his son's name? Like Bob?
Daniel.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's named after his dad.
So obviously you have a favorite.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, and
that's what she always says, and I'm like, "No, I hate you guys both the same."
yeah, that's it's okay. It's okay. I mean, yeah, obviously you named her the better name. All right, fucking Daniel. You should just be like, hey, basic white boy, come on.
Right.
Come on, fucking. Now, do you notice any kind of like racism or anything in the hobby? I mean, aside from me, right? Fucking no, right?
Honestly, no. No, I haven't come across it in the hobby at all, which is nice. I'm from California, so it's like I don't really come across it a lot here. When I lived in Georgia, that was different.
Did you see racism in Georgia?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Georgia was a different Georgia was like a different country, like a different whole different world to me.
Right. How
I
long were you
had
there
I
for?
had a lady that came up to me and asked me, she was just like, "Oh, honey, what are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm Japanese Peruvian." And she's like, "Is that like Chinese Mexican?" And I was like,
Yeah, it's
"Yep,
exactly that. Right?
exactly.
It's exactly Chinese Mexican.
The same."
I think the more of the insult there would have been the Mexican part, right? Like fucking that I could see you getting offended at, but fucking um overall, like I hear from a lot of the black guys in the community that there is still racism and people won't talk to them at shows and shit like that. but I haven't seen that. Like
No, and I think because I'm a girl, it's probably different for me too.
yeah, because you're fucking stupid hot. So they're like, nobody's like basically you live in hot girl world, right? And fucking, the ugly guys just don't get it. And the ugly women are probably really pissed off at you. Like you probably have a bunch of haters, like ugly, short haired fucking fatties that fucking just don't like Lily, right?
I mean, I hope I don't,
Mm. No, you
but
probably
who
do.
knows?
I mean, you probably do. It's just, it's just what happens when you look like you know, because I used to date a hot chick where she could go like food shopping, come home, open up the trunk of the car, and just be like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And like six guys would come over, let me carry them for you. Let me carry your bags for you, right? And then they would just get all disappointed when they would see me in the house, like when they got there. But
Yeah.
but it's like the problem with you people living in hot girl world is that you don't know what it's like for the rest of us. Okay.
Well, so growing up, I was actually like pretty chub. Like I was borderline obese as a kid.
Oh, come on.
No, I really
How
was.
much? All right.
And when I was 12, I was 180 pounds when I was 12.
Oh, you were a little oompa loompa. Jesus Christ.
And I'm 5'2" at at best.
180 pounds at 12.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, if you know anything about girls' clothes, I was almost a size 18, which
18.
is
All right.
yeah,
You were a fat little fuck. Okay.
I really was. When my husband saw a picture of me when I was fat, and he was like, I was like, "That's me," and he's like, "That was you? I thought that was your grandma," and I
Yeah.
was like, "Thanks."
Yeah. He's like, if I would have known that you were 180 pounds at 12, I might not have married you. Right. So because
Uh,
now you got to worry about your kids being 180 pounds at 12.
fuck.
Mhm. So it just is what it is. But
I
fucking,
know
mm,
it
I'm,
really is a genetic component.
yeah, yeah. The thing is that fucking kids eventually, occasionally are cute. I mean, they're not. Oh, like white kids are not Chinese baby cute. Like
No,
fucking, I
no,
would
straight
kill.
white babies.
I would kill a dozen white babies to get one Asian baby, right? Like that's what I always thought because I thought it would be fun to adopt an Asian kid, right? Because I was adopted, right? So I was like, I'm gonna adopt an Asian kid, but then I just
Right.
thought,
I
man,
think be good at math.
yeah, well, not all of them. I mean, I hear those Koreans are not good at math at all, but fucking the Japanese and Chinese, I think they're a little bit better at math, but uh, yeah, fuck. People are commenting in the thing, and fuck. I guess maybe Holly did do something. Okay, so anyway, um, yeah, I wouldn't mind adopting an Asian baby because like the fat Asian babies are.
Those are the
I mean,
cutest.
it's cute as fuck, right?
Oh,
Like fucking, it's like,
and mixed babies are super cute.
oh no, I don't like that. Yeah,
Oh,
fucking
I love mixed babies.
mixed baby. The thing that I don't like about mixed babies is that it's the result of every Verizon commercial I see now, right? Like fucking because if you see every Verizon commercial now, it's like fucking an Asian woman with a black woman,
Yeah,
or
no, and everything is racially
yeah,
ambiguous.
yeah. It's just you're just like come on, Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't have anything. I'm not actively against mixed race babies, but it's kind of offensive that you
I
even
know, I'm
said
like,
mixed
that's what
race.
it sounds like,
Yeah,
Chris. Like, no.
I don't know. I think that you sounded more offensive saying mixed race babies. You're like, you're like,
I I love all babies.
stop it. No, you don't. No, 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 you don't.
I don't know.
All babies are the worst. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
I
how
can't
many
imagine.
babies? Like how many? What's the age in your class?
Oh, 5-year-olds, 5 and 6.
How many of them do you think that you could take down before they become overwhelming?
All 27. No.
But but if they were allowed to just come at you with
Oh,
no weapons or anything, just come at you and fucking try to take you down, how many do you think you
you'd
could
still
handle?
be able to kick them pretty easily. No.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're right at,
27
like,
kids.
kicking level.
But you'd have to be kicking fast,
You
right?
I
So
I played soccer, so I could do that.
You played soccer? That's really I wouldn't have thought that with the Asian thing.
Right. Well, it's the Peruvian too.
Oh, there you go. It's the Peruvian part. Yeah, okay. But I talked to Ty Park today, and he plays soccer like fucking 4 times a week, and Ty Park is fucking 70, and,
Dang,
he's still doing it. So the
that's
Asian
pretty
genes
cool.
are just yeah, fucking crazy. It's like the Asian people growing up, they were always the coolest people. Like fucking, they weren't like we never considered like the math thing, and they were nerds or something. It was just always like the Asian, like Shokasugi, for fucking growing up. You're like, holy shit, I want to be that Asian guy, right? But it's pretty rough when you're a fat little white dude and fucking you fall everywhere you go. You can't be fucking Shokasugi even playing ninja with your friends, you know? So it's not a cool thing. Um, you're one of the few Asians in this ball python thing.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
There's not a, I mean, there's more black guys than there are Asians.
There are.
Yeah, I mean, like, who do you got? You got Bob Vu, Harry Wang, and Patrick
Paul,
Chung, right?
Patrick. Yeah,
Yeah. So four. There's four Asians in this.
there has to be a lot more.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
they're I don't know. When I look at Asians, I think they're too smart to get into ball you know. So
yeah, that's at this point.
when do
But
you
at least
think?
I still love my animals.
Yeah, yeah, I know. When do you think you're gonna make some money at it? Like, what's your timeline?
Who knows? So I recently just got into double heads. But
Okay.
once again, I'm like, they're double heads. So we're hoping that they really prove out. So we'll see. I'm like, it's just a hobby at this point. Like, I'm
Well,
like, I can't even really.
if you were to tell your husband, I want to spend $10,000 on a snake, what would he say? No,
Absolutely, yeah.
just won't happen.
Absolutely not.
Wouldn't happen. He's like, I want to take a
No.
bank loan out and start a ball python business.
But
Well,
honestly, I'm like, I feel like that's really what you have to do to get into the business. It's all about quality in and quality out.
yeah, yeah. So that being said, how much longer are you going to be breeding this bullshit that you're breeding, but basically cobra food? Okay. All right.
Yeah, who knows? Next year, I don't think I'm going to pair up any of the
Right.
single gene females, and who knows? I might just take a couple to the classroom and just keep them as pets.
There you go.
So yeah, no, next year I'm definitely going to be more mindful of my pairings, and
Right.
I'm not going to do the ones that don't make sense.
Right. Yeah, you can't be
Because you're
putting
right.
out
I'm like, ultimately, like I'm just breeding snakes that really have no place
right.
and nobody's gonna want them. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
at the
better
end of
to
the
not.
day, it's I mean, there's so little of the low dollar animals selling right now, you know. I mean, maybe you might be able to get like a first time pet, pet owner.
Yeah. So like I find that I advertise it to like my students at school, to teachers. So I already have like a couple teachers that are interested in maybe purchasing a snake when they hatch.
Right. Okay. Well,
But it's like they're like my teacher friends too. So I'm gonna give them super good deals, which at this point everything is pretty cheap.
right, right. Well, and you're for someone who hasn't produced a lot, you're in all the chats a lot of the times. I know you're
Yeah,
in
I
a lot, you're
have
in
no life.
a lot.
No.
Yeah, yeah, no, I believe me, I get it. Okay. Um, so you're still well known, in the hobby, right? I would imagine at like a show, you get stopped with people asking you to take a picture with them, right? Like that's
No, I don't at all. I've only been to a couple shows, but I'm really shy. So I don't, and I think I'm really have like a one track mind, and I'm just looking at all the animals. So when I go to shows, I even forget to take pictures
uh,
myself. But I I've only been stopped like once or twice.
that's
But like I stop and say hi to people, but then I also feel weird because I'm like, is that weird to like stop people and being like,
yeah,
hey, can we
but
get a
believe me,
picture?
if you're stopping them and wanting a picture, that you're gonna get a yes every time for that fucking
I
picture.
know, but I just feel it just feels weird to me
Yeah.
because I'm like, ooh, it like I'm like, I'm not a thirsty person, so I'm like, it just feels weird. Like, I'm like, oh, please, can I get a picture?
No, are you not a fangirl?
I don't know. I'm like,
You know, you
it
don't
feels
walk
so
up to Bob
weird to
Dole and
me.
be like, "Hey, Bob, all right, we're one and the same." Fucking
No, Antoine, when I went to Pomona, I was like, oh, there's Brian Cusco, and he's like, go say hi, and I was like, no, it's okay, and he's like, go say hi, and I was like, I'm fine. It's like it's okay, and he's like, Brian, she wants to say hi, and I was like,
yeah, yeah, but no, you're believe me, every dude will say yes. All right,
but
if you're
yeah, no, like I
like,
was like hanging on to Antoine was like my I was like right under his wing. I was like, I'm not leaving.
that's the way to do it. Now, when you go down to like Pomona, it's a hike. So you fly down there or you drive?
Yeah, I fly, and it's 2 hours.
Oh, it is 2 hours. So it would
Yeah,
be like me
it's an
going
easy
to
flight.
Florida, right?
Huh?
It would be like me going to Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
And does your husband go with you?
He's been with me once,
Right.
and then I went by myself once.
What yeah, was he just like, fuck this? These are a bunch of loser degenerates. I'm not spending my weekend hanging out with these people.
No, so he actually came when I went to Trap Fest, and he had such a good time. He was talking to everybody, which was
Right.
nice because he would talk to like all these big breeders because he doesn't know that they're big breeders, and I was
Right.
like,
Right.
get it, hey,
Right. Getting good with them. Yeah.
yeah.
And be like,
It was,
Lily, I
it was
want you to
really
meet
fun.
my friend fucking Brian Cusco, or I want you to meet my friend Shane Kelly. Yeah.
No,
Uh
I'm like he's a talker too, and he's a big Raiders fan and sports junkie, so he could if there's guys, he could usually get along with most of them.
right, gotcha. Okay. And is he right there right now?
Yeah, he is.
Bring him on. Dan, what's up, brother?
How you doing?
Dan, uh how could I phrase this? Does she ever get annoying?
Am I ever
No,
annoying?
do I
No,
ever
does
get
Oh,
she
annoyed?
ever
is she annoying?
yeah.
Not too much. No, I mean we've been married for about like 18 years. We've been together for like 18 years, so we're pretty much
I'm
best.
pretty much the best.
Yeah. I kind of like let her do, whatever makes her happy that she wants to do. I support. She does the same for me, and that's why it works.
And,
Works
and
for
do you have any fucked up money losing hobbies like this ball python
us.
thing?
Oh, he
I
golfs.
play golf,
Oh yeah,
so
okay. All
yeah.
right.
So
So yes,
but
okay.
you know the answer. Yeah, you know the
Yeah.
answer to that for sure. Yeah.
But
No,
but
and like I have friends that are like, you let your husband golf, and I'm like, he's a grown ass man. I'm like, he
he's
can golf
probably
if he
spent
wants to golf.
probably spent more money golfing though than you have on ball pythons.
Yeah.
Probably.
Absolutely. Yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah, golf is the gift that keeps on taking. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes
I'm like, when are you gonna start making money?
too late for me. I'm like coming up on 50, pretty soon. So
Yeah, you're done, right? You're just
yeah.
like you
No,
hit
no,
50, you're just done
yeah.
with the whole thing. You're
Yeah.
like
I just
you,
stick with being a plumber.
you're in retirement mode, but not really retired yet. You
Yeah.
know, and everything hurts when you wake up. Like
Yeah.
fuck, when you wake up, like I'm like, what is going to be the first thing that's going to crack in my body when my foot hits the floor, right?
Yeah.
And some days it's normal, and it's like your knee or your ankle, but some days it's like your eyebrow or your shoulder. And you're like, fuck, I never even knew there was a bone in my eyebrow, right? And then your eyebrow kills you all day. So it's what I call accepted resignation, where you're
Yeah.
just like you hit 50 and you're like, oh, everything hurts now. I guess that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like fucking, oh, it hurts when I pee. I guess that's my life now. Like fucking can't see anymore. That's my life now. So it's the way it goes, man.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll be 47 this year, and so the way I say it is like I can still do everything that I used to be able to do, but the price I pay is different. as far as what hurts for doing, the toll it takes, right? And the way you feel the next day, you just don't bounce back. And I mean, it's just the beginning of turning to shit, basically, right?
I'm so concerned with aging.
I mean, just try to slow it down a little bit, but I mean, it just is what it is, right? But
you used to be able to go to the bathroom in like 30 seconds. Now it takes it 20 minutes every time you're in there. You're like, what the fuck, man? I guess this is just the way it is now. So it's
just the beginning, it's just the beginning of it. So, but I don't know, man. I mean, just make the best with what we got. My grandma just turned 101, so I just had a grandma turn 101.
Yeah, she was. That's Asian age right there.
Yeah, dude, she's German, but she still lived that long.
That's fucking crazy.
She's still doing pretty well. She just danced at my cousin's wedding this year and all kinds of stuff. So,
can't be doing that, man. That's 101. I'd be worried about every bone in my body just falling, like getting disconnected at once.
She's
my skin is keeping it in place.
No, she was literally like just dancing.
Yeah, she's not in a chair or anything. So
what's that supposed to mean? All right, what are you taking a shot at me? All right,
what's that?
Oh, because he doesn't even know that you're missing a leg.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't know that at all, dude. I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm only fucking with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's not in a chair or anything, Chris. All right.
Yeah.
My bad, dude.
That was directed straight to you.
Where do you live at? Where are you at right now?
I'm in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's basically like the armpit of the country.
I've never been in New York, but I want to go. I want to go to Cat's Deli, and I want to go to Spark Steakhouse.
Yeah, they're both
where they killed Paul Castellano in front of.
Right.
I want to go eat there. Yeah. So
that's
yeah.
Well, you should come, especially on Christmas. Like on Christmas, like I just, man, I would love to just cut down that tree and take down like 3,000 people. Like once to just get rid of them.
No, and I grew up being a Yankees fan.
Oh, really? But but you were never in New York.
No, I was, but Japanese. My Japanese dad loved the Yankees.
Is that because they had that Japanese pitcher for a while? Yeah.
And Matsui, right?
Yeah.
Hideki Matsui.
Yeah. Holy shit.
No, and one of my first crushes was Don Mattingly.
Oh, fucking first baseman. He was one of my first crushes too.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Fucking big time. I actually got to play softball with him.
Oh, damn.
Where we were part of like a beach club. And like Reggie Jackson and Dave Winfield and Mattingly would come to the club just.
Oh, that's super cool.
So that was cool. But then you're like, oh, I'm never gonna be that guy. That guy is so much better of an athlete than I am. Reggie Jackson just crushed every dream I had.
Yeah.
Fuck, just by seeing him. Dave Winfield, I'm just like, fucking, this is just disgusting. Like I'm gonna be a fat degenerate all my life, So
fucking Dave Winfield was a stud too.
Yeah, big time.
Dude, badass. I think he played basketball too in college, basketball and baseball. Like if I remember, that's kind of my era too. I was hella into baseball at that time,
right,
like late '80s and shit. So
I wasn't even into it. I just knew that they were famous. So I was like, all right, and those were the days where you actually got autographs. You couldn't take a fucking gay little selfie with them, So, well, those no more, right? So, all right, listen, we're at an hour, and people have gotten double the hot. They got fucking you and your husband. So fucking people should just be happy and fucking deal with it, okay? So, I'm gonna head out, but tell people how they could get in touch with you because fucking dudes are gonna be sliding into your wife's DMs like crazy, okay, like fucking crazy. So they're gonna be like, "Hey, I know how to breed ball pythons. What do you need?"
Nagatani Exotics on Instagram and Facebook.
And you have that gay little underscore in your name, right?
I don't even know. So I suck at social media. I'm like rarely on it, but it's there. I think I do have the underscore.
You do have that.
But I'm like Nagatani, search Nagatani and
right. And it'll
pretty unique.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out. I'm
My
gonna put this,
pleasure. It was
and I'm
fun.
gonna say goodbye to everybody. But thank you again, and hang out for like 5 more minutes, okay?
Of course.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Let me see here. Try and get rid of you there. Boom. Okay, look. All right, first show back. Wasn't my best. Okay. Wasn't my best at all, but fucking at least, we're bringing you the hot chicks again. We're not fucking around. We getting I think I got 4 or 5 of these booked. And I know we got Brooke from Southern Serpents. Then we got Jin Black. Fucking Jin Black is hot as fuck. Fucking talked to her today. Today she's actually coming on the next one. And then we're gonna have Corey Martin on, who's fucking actually knows more than any of you fucking people. And Corey is making the move from ball pythons to monitors. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, Corey is fucking. She's been just paying a ton of money these last couple of months to travel around the world and live like poor people in these fucking pathetic villages and fucking fishing villages in Costa Rica and fucking Africa and shit like that. So she's gonna be interesting to talk to. Corey's hot and fucking knows her shit. So all right, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna get out. Thank you for everybody for coming. I mean, we had 30 people, 35 people here at one point. I guess we fucking pissed them off though, because they're certainly not here now. So anyway, guys, thanks again, and I will see you in 2 weeks where I'm gonna have Jin Black on. Fucking Jin Black, fucking hottie with a bunch of fucking monitors. Fucking cool shit, guys. See you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.